Britain's borders have collapsed. December 2025, not from military invasion, not from natural disaster, but from over 41,000 migrants who have crossed the English Channel in small boats this year, making 2025 the second highest year on record. Just days ago, after a 28-day pause, 803 people made the dangerous journey in 13 dinghies from northern France on Saturday, December 21st. It appeared to be a record number of crossings for a day in December when compared with data stretching back to 2018. As of December 22, 2025, the Home Office has detected 192 610 migrants who have crossed the English Channel in small boats since 2018, nearly 200,000 people. And the system designed to process, house, and manage them has completely broken down. Housing asylum seekers in hotels cost taxpayers over $8 million a day, nearly $3 billion a year. In 2025, the 10,000 mark of illegal migrants crossing the Channel was reached before the end of April, more than a month earlier than the year before. 2025 looks to be heading for another record number. While Prime Minister Keir Starmer promised to smash the gangs, the boats keep coming, the costs keep mounting, and British communities are being transformed overnight as thousands of young men arrive with no documentation, no background checks, and no plan for integration. But real quick, before we expose the full scale of this border catastrophe, let's be honest. Mainstream media sanitizes this crisis with euphemisms like irregular migration and undocumented arrivals, while ignoring the brutal reality on the ground. That's why we built British Front Media, to tell the truth they won't. Subscribe now for unfiltered coverage of Britain's border collapse. Reason number 1. 2025 has seen a relentless surge in channel crossings despite government promises, and the numbers prove the border is wide open. The total number of channel crossings for 2025 now stands at 41,455 people as of December 21st. That's up from 36,016 in 2024, and already making it the highest after the record of 45,755 in 2022. Think about that trajectory. In 2018, just 297 people crossed. By 2022, that number exploded to 45,755. Now in 2025, we're back above 41,000 and climbing. July 2025. Figures showed that nearly 900 refugees and migrants made the crossing in 13 small boats on a single Wednesday alone, bringing the total number of arrivals in 2025 to 25,436 by the end of July. This marked the fastest pace of arrivals since records began in 2018. 25,000 people by the end of July. That's nearly 120 people arriving every single day for 7 months straight. September 27, 2025. A boat carrying 125 illegal migrants arrived in Britain, making it the largest number of migrants to cross in a single vessel since the crisis began. 125 people crammed into a single inflatable dinghy crossing one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. The desperation is real. The danger is real. But so is the organized criminal operation facilitating these crossings. Around 51,000 people arrived via illegal routes into the UK in the year ending September 2025, with small boat arrivals accounting for 46,089% of this total. In the year ending September 2025, half of all asylum seekers, 55,000 people, had arrived through these illegal routes. Half. Not through legal channels, not through resettlement programs, through criminal smuggling networks operating openly across the Channel. The government celebrated when no migrants had completed the dangerous Channel crossing for 28 days, since November 14th, marking the longest uninterrupted period of crossings since autumn 2018. Ministers hoped the government had turned a corner. But as soon as more favorable weather returned on December 13th, the small boats returned. The pause wasn't policy success, it was weather. And the moment conditions improved, 803 people crossed in a single day. Reason number 2. The human toll is mounting, with deaths at sea reaching record levels while smugglers profit from misery. 2024 saw 73 confirmed deaths related to channel crossings, a record number, and 5 times more than the year before. 73 people died trying to reach Britain in 1 year. A total of 152 people died in the Channel between 2018 and June 2025. This rises to 245 when considering other deaths related to migration in the area, such as accidents involving people who try to board lorries bound for the UK. These figures may understate the true toll, as not all incidents are reported. Why are deaths increasing? The number of people in each boat has grown significantly, from an average of 13 in 2020 to 53 in 2024. 53 people in dinghies designed for maybe 15. The average number of people per boat has risen to 56 in recent months, with a record 65 in June 2025. Smugglers are packing more bodies into each boat to maximize profits. While this partly reflects the use of larger boats by smugglers, reports suggest many boats are used beyond their capacity, making accidents more likely. January 10, 2025. A Syrian man in his 20s was crushed to death inside an overcrowded boat while attempting to reach the UK to claim asylum. He was the first of many to die this year. February 15, 2025. A small boat sank off the Calais coast, killing one person. The person was at least the fourth so far this year to die attempting to cross the channel in a small boat. April 18, 2025. A man died attempting to cross the channel in a small boat. Their body was located by a border force patrol in the English Channel, 2 miles out from Dover. Behind these deaths are billion-pound criminal networks. Between October 2022 and June 2023, Ahmed Ramadan Mohammed Abid conspired with others outside the UK to assist unlawful immigration by supplying maritime vessels for the purpose of illegally smuggling migrants from Libya to Italy. Abid was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment at Southwark Crown Court on 20th May 2025. The criminal network advertised crossings on Facebook, charging migrants an average of $3,273 per person. During the offending period, authorities intercepted 7 crossings involving 3,781 migrants. The organized crime group is calculated to have made more than $12,300,000 from this operation, £12 million from one smuggling network. And that's just one case that was caught and prosecuted. How many more networks are operating right now, advertising on Facebook, charging thousands per person, and making millions while people drown in the channel? Reason number 3. The financial cost to British taxpayers has reached catastrophic levels and shows no sign of decreasing. Housing asylum seekers in hotels cost taxpayers over $8 million a day, according to the latest Home Office figures presented to Parliament in January 2025. £8 million every single day. That's nearly $3 billion a year spent just on hotel accommodation. Not total asylum costs, just hotels. But the true cost is far higher. Costs now top $41,000 per asylum seeker, up sharply from $17,000 just 5 years ago. More than 38,000 asylum seekers are currently housed in hotels across the UK, costing the Home Office an estimated $5.5 million per day. This figure excludes the 65,707 migrants in lower-cost dispersal accommodation, such as flats and shared housing. Asylum accommodation, including hotels, will cost the taxpayer $15 billion over 10 years, £15 billion. Overall costs in 2024-25 were $1.67 billion. That amounted to $4,567,323 a day on average, or $3,172 a minute. £3,000 every 60 seconds to house people who broke the law entering Britain. Think about what else that money could buy. The cost is equivalent to 73,000 basic visits to an accident and emergency unit every single day. Britain's NHS is collapsing, schools are underfunded, police forces are stretched, but billions are diverted to accommodate illegal arrivals in hotels while British families struggle with the cost of living crisis. In March 2021, the government forecast asylum hotel costs would be up to $70 million per year. The actual cost is now nearly $1.3 billion per year, over $1 billion more than the original forecast. The government had no idea what was coming, or they did know and lied. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has made clear the $4.6 billion overspend on migrant accommodation forms, part of the $22 billion budget shortfall inherited from the previous administration. Labour promised to end asylum hotels and save billions. What happened? Since Sir Keir Starmer took office, the number of migrants in hotels has actually increased by 8,000. The Treasury has now quietly confirmed that taxpayer-funded migrant hotel stays are here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future. Officials cite global instability and housing shortages as key reasons the costly stopgap will remain entrenched, potentially until the end of the current parliament. Translation: the hotel bills aren't ending anytime soon. The billions will keep flowing, and British taxpayers will keep paying. Reason number 4. Despite promises to smash the gangs, criminal smuggling networks operate with near-total impunity, and government enforcement is failing spectacularly. Prime Minister Keir Starmer pledged to smash the gangs bringing migrants across the channel. In January, the Home Office announced a package of measures to smash the gangs of people smugglers by dealing with them like terrorists, but so far that does not appear to be bearing fruit. The boats keep coming. Over 41,000 arrivals in 2025. Where's the smashing? The National Crime Agency has reported that in the 2024 to 2025 financial year, it achieved 351 NCA-led disruptions of organized immigration crime networks and activity, its highest level on record, and a 40% increase on the previous financial year. Sounds impressive until you do the math. 351 disruptions, over 41,000 successful crossings. That's a success rate of less than 1%. For every gang disrupted, hundreds of boats successfully land. New figures released showed nearly 900 organized immigration crime networks dismantled for good. In the past year, there has been a 33% surge in smuggling arrests, convictions and seizures of criminal cash and assets, and nearly 4,000 organized immigration crime disruptions since the Border Security Command was launched. Yet, arrivals keep increasing. Why? Because for every smuggler arrested, 10 more take their place. The profit margins are astronomical. One successful boat crossing with 50 people paying $3,000 each generates $150,000. The gangs can afford to lose equipment, pay bribes, and absorb arrests. It's just the cost of doing business. July 2025. A suspected people smuggling gang was arrested for allegedly using false identity documents to smuggle hundreds of people into the UK illegally. The gang is believed to have facilitated the illegal entry of over 500 people. One suspect is believed to have a turnover of over $1 million across 2 bank accounts while simultaneously receiving universal credit, running a £1 million smuggling operation while claiming benefits. That's the level of organized criminality Britain is facing. The government's response? Sanctions. In July 2025, the UK sanctioned 25 targets involved in alleged people smuggling under a new financial sanctions regime. Individuals and entities targeted include a small boat supplier in Asia and gang leaders based in the Balkans and North Africa. October 2025, the UK sanctioned gangs and illicit finance networks propping up people smuggling trade, targeting gang leaders, passport forgers, and illicit financiers. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp responded, "The truth is, you don't stop the channel crossings by freezing a few bank accounts in Baghdad or by slapping a travel ban on a dinghy dealer in Damascus." He's absolutely right. Sanctions are political theater. They allow ministers to claim they're taking action while changing nothing on the ground. The gangs adapt. They use different banks, different suppliers, different routes, and the boats keep coming. Reason number 5. The vast majority of arrivals claim asylum. Most are granted permission to stay, and almost nobody gets removed from Britain. The vast majority of small boats crossers claim asylum. In 2022, 90% of the 45,755 small boat arrivals claimed asylum. In 2023, 95% of the 29,437 small boat arrivals claimed asylum. In 2024, 95% of the 36,816 small boat arrivals claimed asylum. 95%. Nearly everyone who arrives illegally immediately claims asylum. It's the system they're exploiting. And it works. Between 2018 and 2024, the asylum grant rate for people who arrived by small boat was 68%, higher than the grant rate for asylum applicants overall. 68%. More than 2 out of 3 people who broke the law to enter Britain are rewarded with permission to stay. Why would anyone stop coming when the success rate is so high? What about removals? Around 5,000 people who arrived by small boat had been returned from the UK by the end of 2024, making up 3% of all arrivals. 3%. Out of nearly 200,000 arrivals since 2018, only 5,000 have been removed. Most of these returns had been to Albania after a specific deal was negotiated. The government trumpets its returns. Under the one-in, one-out deal with France, which became law in August, for every small boat arrival the UK sends back to France, it will accept an equal number of failed asylum seekers. By November 27th, 153 people had been returned through this arrangement, and in return about 134 people brought legally from France to the UK. 153 returns against 41,000 arrivals. That's 0.37%, less than half of 1%. The historic deal is meaningless. It's window dressing, political theater designed to create the appearance of action while accomplishing nothing. Arrivals tend to be served papers for their entry, are mostly taken to Manston, a former RAF base near Dover, for initial processing, then moved to longer-term accommodation, often a hotel, to await the outcome of any asylum claim they have made. The time at Manston is normally 24 hours, but can stretch to a few days when large numbers arrive in quick succession. Then they're released into Britain, given accommodation, given financial support, and told to wait years for their claim to be processed, during which time they integrate into communities, have children who become British citizens, and become effectively unremovable. Reason number 6. The demographics of arrivals reveal the true nature of this crisis, and British communities are being transformed without consent. The charts from the Home Office show demographic breakdowns of the age and sex of small boat arrivals from January 2018 to December 2024. 147,568 illegal immigrants arrived via small boats between 2018 and 2024. 129,015 were male, 17,953 were female. That's 88% male. 112,241 of the arrivals were between the ages of 18 and 39, representing the majority, 76.2% of those arriving. This isn't families fleeing persecution. This is overwhelmingly young men of working age arriving without documentation. In 2024, Afghans were the most common nationality among small boat arrivals, followed by Syrians and Iranians. Between 2018 and 2024, citizens of 6 countries, Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, Albania, Syria, and Eritrea, have made up 70% of people crossing in small boats. In 2023, there was a 90% reduction in the number of Albanians crossing the channel, with 927 Albanians recorded for 2023 compared to 12,301 in 2022. Why? Because a returns agreement was negotiated, which proves the point. When Britain has the political will to stop arrivals from specific countries, it works. But that will only exist for countries where deportation is easy. For everyone else, the borders remain open. What does this mean in practice? British towns and cities receive thousands of young foreign men every year with no consultation, no consent from local communities, and no plan for integration. From seaside towns to rural villages, hotels that once supported tourism and local employment have been repurposed as temporary accommodation for asylum seekers. Tourism collapses, jobs disappear, communities are transformed, and anyone who complains is smeared as racist. A series of violent far-right demonstrations have been held recently outside a hotel housing asylum seekers in Epping, north of London. The media frames this as extremism. The reality? British people are furious that their country is being given away without their permission, and they're being forced to pay billions for the privilege. According to a poll conducted by YouGov in August 2020, 73% of Britons thought the crossings to be a serious issue. Conservative voters were most concerned, with 97% thinking it's serious, whereas Labour voters were least concerned, with 49%. Even among Labour supporters, half think it's a serious problem, but their government does nothing effective to stop it. So here's where we stand in December 2025. Over 41,000 people crossed in 2025, nearly 200,000 since 2018, $8 million per day on hotel accommodation, $15 billion over 10 years, 73 deaths in 2024, boats carrying 125 people, only 3% ever removed, 68% granted asylum. The government promises action, new laws, sanctions, international cooperation, none of it works. The measures included deploying National Crime Agency officers in Iraq's Kurdistan region, a center of the people smuggling industry. Great. How does that stop boats leaving France? It doesn't. Britain's political class has surrendered control of the nation's borders. Conservative and Labour governments alike have proven completely unable to stop the boats. The crossings continue. The hotels keep filling. The costs keep rising. And ordinary British people watch their country being transformed against their will while being told they're bigots for noticing. The truth is devastating. Britain's border crisis isn't a problem the government can't solve. It's a problem the government has chosen not to solve, because solving it would require political will that doesn't exist. Mass detention, swift deportation, naval turnarounds, withdrawal from international treaties, none of which will happen. So the boats will keep coming, the billions will keep being spent, and British communities will keep being transformed without consent. That's the reality of Britain's border collapse in 2025.